Hey everyone, welcome to the top 10 list. Here's my top 10 favorite sports movies. Yes, as you saw in my last video, I did my top 10 favorite war movies. I'm doing genres for films that I haven't done yet. Yes, I've done a lot of top 10 lists for my favorite certain genres of films like action movies, comedies, horrors. So yeah, I did my war movies, now it's time for sports movies. Yes, I haven't got a recommendation to do this, surprisingly, because honestly, there's a lot of great sports movies out there, and this top 10 list was very difficult to make, but yeah, I managed to do it, so let's get to it. Ha, that rhymed. Anyways, yeah, here's my top 10 favorite sports movies. And for a top 10 list, you gotta have your honorable mentions. My honorable mentions are Rudy, Hoosiers, Caddyshack, Slapshot, The Natural, Remember the Titans, Major League, Invincible, The Rookie, Cool Runnings, and Creed. All great sports movies, just could make the top 10 list, but what did make my top 10 was my number 10. My number 10 is a comedic baseball movie with Tom Hanks. You all know what it is. It's A League of Their Own. A League of Their Own is so good. Yes, there's no crying in baseball. This is a great movie. This is actually during the wartime stuff, and women were starting to play in the big league sports and stuff, and it's about Tom Hanks, who's this drunk, and he doesn't want to coach this women's baseball team, but he ends up doing it, and she ends up enjoying it. And on the team, you got Madonna, Rosie O'Donnell, and you got Gina Davis. And yeah, I know some people are like put off, like, ooh, Madonna, Rosie O'Donnell. Hey, this movie is fantastic. It's funny, it's dramatic at times, and it's so good. It's a great sports movie, and it has a lot of funny scenes, mostly due to Tom Hanks, and I just love this movie. It's just such a delightful film, and I always have to watch it at least once or twice a year. It's just a great film. One of my favorite sports movies. Coming number 9 is Darren Aronofsky's The Wrestler. The Wrestler stars Mickey Rourke. It's got Marissa Tomei, Evan Rachel Wood. This movie is so good. This is about the Ram. Yes, Mickey the Ram something. I forget his whole name, but this movie is about wrestling, and I don't like a lot of movies about wrestling, but this movie is so freaking good. Darren Aronofsky's direction is absolutely stunning in this movie. This is probably my favorite Darren Aronofsky movie, right there with Black Swan and Pi. Those are like his best movies. This movie might be my favorite, though. Maybe not be his best. It's debatable with Black Swan, but I love this movie. Mickey Rourke's performance in this movie is so freaking good. The wrestling scenes are so well done. It's a very captivating film. It's a very good character study. It's a bit dark and a bit brutal, a little too realistic and kind of depressing at times, but it's a great realistic look about this wrestler's life, and it's a very compelling, riveting watch, and definitely one of the best sports movies out there. It's so good. Coming number 8 is $1 Million Baby. Yes, Clint Eastwood's $1 Million Baby. Yes, he stars in this movie, he directs this movie, and I love this movie. I'm glad this movie won Best Picture that year. Was it 2003, 2004? I loved this movie. I love Clint Eastwood's performance as this boxing trainer, but I loved Hilary Swank in this movie. She is so freaking good in this movie. This and her performance in Boys Don't Cry are like her best performances. She is so good as this boxer who just wants to make it big and stuff. And I love Clint Eastwood and how he trains her. I love their relationship. I love how they start off rocky, but it also becomes like a father-daughter relationship, and it's a very sweet relationship. I also love Morgan Freeman as the janitor. I love Jay Baruchel in his small role as, what's his name, Danger and stuff. Oh, it's so good. This movie is also very emotional, very hard-hitting. The ending to this movie almost makes me cry every single time. It's so freaking good. It's a great boxing movie, and boxing movies are probably the best kind of sports movies, and this is definitely one of the best boxing movies out there. So good. Coming number 7 is Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights. I haven't watched the TV show. I heard the TV show is absolutely splendid. I heard it's so good. Eventually, I might get to it because I love this movie. This movie is so good about this high school football team and stuff. And this town really takes football very seriously, and I love it. It's so good. It's a great sports movie. It's got great performances by actors I don't really like Garrett Hudlin's in this movie, Lucas Black. They're great in this movie. I don't even like them as actors, and they're good for some strange reason. Billy Bob Thornton is in this movie as the coach. I love his character. It's a great sports movie. It has great football scenes. It's got great, interesting characters, very realistic, and I just found the story very interesting, and I was captivated by this movie, and I love this movie. Friday Night Lights is a great movie, and one day I'll check out that awesome TV show that everyone's bragging about. But yeah, Friday Night Lights, good movie. Coming number 6 is Jerry Maguire. Yes, show me the money! I love this movie. Jerry Maguire It's a sports movie. Yes, it's about many sports because Jerry Maguire, played by Tom Cruise, is a sports agent, but it mostly focuses on football because his client is Cuba Gooding Jr., Rod Tidwell, who's a football player and stuff. And yeah, the movie doesn't solely focus on the sports. It's about a sports agent, but I still consider it a sports movie because there's lots of sports scenes, lots of football scenes and stuff. And I love this movie. This movie's amazing. Cameron Crowe's writing and direction of this movie is absolutely solid. It's such a great movie. Tom Cruise is fantastic. Cuba Gooding Jr. is great. Renee Zellweger is great. Regina King, they're all great in this movie. Even Kelly Preston. I love this movie. It's a great movie. It's got good drama, good comedy. I love it. Show me the money. Coming number 5 is The Fighter. Yes, The Fighter. This is about Mickey Ward, the Irish Mickey and stuff, and his brother Dick Hecklin. This stars Mark Wahlberg, Christian Bale, Melissa Leo, Amy Adams. And this movie is directed by David O. Russell. This is probably my second favorite David O. Russell movie. Three Kings is probably my favorite, but this is probably my second. Silver Linings Playbook is right there too, but I love this movie. David O. Russell's direction is so freaking good. I love these characters. They're interesting characters. It's based on a true story about these two brothers. One was a boxer. One was a crackhead. He went to prison and stuff, and you think through on this whole movie they're making a documentary about his comeback, but they're actually making a documentary about drug addiction and stuff. And it's a rough movie, but it's very well done. The direction is solid. The acting is amazing. Christian Bale steals every scene he's in. He is so freaking good. He's almost non-recognizable in this movie. He's so skinny in this movie and so pale. He really got into character in this movie, and yeah, I loved this movie. The Fighter, again, a boxing movie and one of the best boxing movies out there. It's such a great film. Coming number 4 is Rocky. Yes, getting stronger. Rocky, yes, speaking of boxing movies, Rocky, like one of the best boxing movies out there. It's so good. I love Rocky. I love the whole franchise. Creed made my honorable mentions. It was one of my favorite movies of last year. It's such a great film. I love Rocky 2. Rocky 3 is okay. Rocky 4 is dumb but fun. Rocky 5 is a piece of shit. Balboa is great, but Rocky 1 is fantastic. I love it. I love Stallone's performance. I love how he wrote the movie. I love Irvin Winkler's direction. It's so freaking good. The boxing scenes are great. The ending scene with him and Apollo Creed is such an epic showdown. I love the inspirational speeches in this movie, the dialogue. This movie is so quotable. The montage, yes, the boxing montage, the training montage, so freaking epic. Yes, Rocky 4 is pretty awesome, but this one, it's still good. It's a classic movie. I love these characters. I love Paulie. I love Adrian. Yo, Adrian! I love Apollo Creed. I love all these characters. Mickey. I love these characters. It's a great film, an amazing dramatic film about this underdog story, about a guy who boxes and he lives in like a shitty neighborhood, but he gets a chance to do a title match and fight against the champ. It's such a great, uplifting film, and it's Rocky. It's so good. Coming number 3 is a tie between two Kevin Costner baseball movies. Yes, Field of Dreams and Bull Durham. Bull Durham is a great film. It's a great, crude comedy baseball movie. I fucking love it. I may actually love it more than Field of Dreams, but I just put them both as a tie because they're both Kevin Costner baseball movies. Field of Dreams is a great movie. Yes, it's such a great film, a very good sports movie, very good dramatic film. Kevin Costner is so great. I love Ray Liotta in the movie. I love the story of this movie about him building this baseball diamond and stuff and seeing all these baseball players come to life, like Shoeless Joe and stuff. I love it. It's just a great, heartwarming film. Bull Durham is just laugh out loud hilarious. Susan Sarandon, Kevin Costner, Tim Robbins, all funny as hell. They're just two amazing movies in the filmography of Kevin Costner, an actor that I do very much enjoy, even though he has some stinkers, but those two baseball movies, probably the best baseball movies ever in sports films, and they're one of the best sports films, so yeah, they're both great. Coming number 2 is Miracle. Yes, Miracle. I'm Canadian, as you all know this, so I had to put a hockey movie in here, and there's not a lot of good hockey movies. There really isn't. Slapshot. Slapshot's good. Paul Newman, so great. This movie is the best. A Miracle is amazing. Kurt Russell is so fucking good in this movie. This is about during the time, the Cold War and stuff, and this is one of the last times that amateur hockey players actually played in the Olympics. Nowadays, professional NHL hockey players playing in the Olympics. long ago, it was amateur hockey players, you know, in the Olympics winning gold medals and stuff. And this is when USA had to take on Russia. And this really meant a lot for American history, especially American sports history. It's a truly inspirational film. I freaking love this movie. I love how it's directed and written. And Kurt Russell steals every scene he's in. He's so freaking good. I just love Miracle. It's one of my favorite live-action Disney movies, and it's my second favorite sports movie of all time. And my number one favorite sports movie of all time is Raging Bull. Yes, Raging Bull, but Jake LaMotta, played perfectly by Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro is amazing in this movie. Joe Pesci's great too, but holy shit, De Niro, what he had to do with this movie, how he had to lose weight and gain weight, it's so good. The scenes when he gets older and scenes when he's younger, it's so fucking amazing. De Niro is amazing. He won his Academy Award for this, also for Godfather Part 2. His performance in this movie is the best performance of its entire career. It's so good. Martin Scorsese's direction is fantastic. The cinematography, the editing, the boxing scenes. This movie is so iconic, so brilliant. It's one of my favorite Scorsese movies out there. It's my favorite sports movie of all time. Again, another boxing movie, and probably the best boxing movie and probably the best sports movie I personally have ever seen. I love Raging Bull. It's a masterpiece of cinema. It's amazing. So yeah, that's my top 10 personal favorite sports movies. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me, did you agree with this top 10 list? If not, give me your top 10 favorite sports movies of all time. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and join the dark side.